So what I'm going to be doing for dinner today is I am going to be doing some chicken satay. I've got some chicken here which I've cut up into sort of chunks about this size. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of this, don't worry it's a piece of chicken on the front, but I'm going to wipe this pot down with a you know, a wipe, so there's no cross-contamination. But and I'm keeping this hand that I've got my fin in, that's clean, I'm not using that for anything. But I'm going to put some of this into there, and then I'm going to leave it for a very short period of time before I pop it in the oven. So there you go. So I've put in, for that amount of chicken, I've put in I think it's about 3 spoonfuls. That's 3 dessert spoons or cereal spoonfuls, whatever you want to call that. I got this chicken on discount, all right. Let's see how much is in there. Right, that is 640 grams. So I'm just going to get in there with my hands, which are very clean, by the way. I should go and once I've done this, I'm just going to cover it over, and I'm going to leave it. I won't have to leave it for very long, actually. Leave it for about 30 minutes. You don't even have to leave it for that, in my opinion. This thing is going to cook it in this marinade. I might add, I probably add a little bit of, that looks like the stuff that babies do in their nappies, doesn't it? Chicken korma nappies, I used to call them. So it's like chicken korma. Anyway, so I'm going to cover that and leave it for a bit now. So to go with the satay chicken, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some, I guess, what can you call it? Asian inspired rice. But I'm putting a lot of vegetables into it as well. Because Phil's a member of the, what's it? He's a member of KEEV, which is CAEV, Campaign Against Eating Vegetables. Should be KEEVAS and salad. He's a member of KEEVAS. He'll often say, if I actually do a salad with something and someone's putting, let's say, you know, I cook dinner and someone's actually else is putting it out, I'll say, oh, there's a nice salad on the side, and he'll go, oh yeah, no, don't bother with, yes, bother with you, you're eating it. It's like dealing with a kid sometimes, but still, there you go. I'm going to chop these up, and I'm going to chop and dice and peel, and then I'm going to saute them off for a short period of time. I'm going to put, the only things I don't have that are not organic are the coriander and also the red chilies. I can actually get chilies from, jalapenos. I can get them from Riverford. That's what I was looking for. So I'm going to get on and chop these all up. So I've chopped all the veg up. I put it in a pan, and I'm going to saute this off for a little while. It's got some peanut oil in it, ground nut. So let that cook, and whilst that does, I'm going to put the chicken in the oven. Okay, so into that, I've sauteed these vegetables off for a little bit, and I put some ground nut oil in there. I also put, I've put a cup of washed jasmine rice. You can use basmati rice, you can use any long grain rice that you like, it doesn't matter. So when I say a cup, any mug, cup, anything, okay. What I've then done is I've put the rice in there, and then I've put just over 1.5 cups of water, cold water, into there. So I use the same cup, and it's important to do this, the same cup that I use to measure the rice. That way the rice will absorb all of the water. Okay, so what else did I put in there that's going to make it nice and tasty? Well, I've put some, that's what I use to light my hob with, but it's also really good for doing tops of things like creme brulees and whatnot. So I've put some chicken stock in. This is a granulated chicken stock, and it's a it's a Chinese make. I ordered this online. Honestly, it's the best. It doesn't have very many, it's hardly got anything in it really. This is another great buy. So this is garlic granules. These are very good. Fried garlic. Who's that made by? I don't know. Is that on there? It's Chinese. Interlink Direct, but it's basically called fried garlic. Right, I've also put in a very small amount of Lee Kum Kee sesame oil. I don't want much of that. I've put in some a couple of dashes of double happiness mirin, and I'm also going to be putting in some fish sauce. If you this is just made out of, it's not, there's no squid in that or anything like that. That is just fish that's made out of. It's not shellfish or anything. And you can get all of this sort of stuff from, you know, sort of like Oriental stores, things like that, Chinese shops, whatever. The Thai shops will sell a lot of this stuff as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just bringing that to the boil right now, and I'm going to cover that and let that cook for about 10 minutes. So I've covered that now, and you want to turn, okay, you can see how low I've got the, can you see how low that is? Like really low, pretty much very, very low, and cook that for 10 minutes with the lid on a very low heat. I'll come back to that later. So this is the end result of the, we have chicken satay. It's got a Lee Kum Kee peanut satay sauce on it, which I marinated this chicken. And then this is my own rice of my own concoction, if you like. If you don't like it, well, that's tough, so piss off. And it's got a lot of veg in it, a lot of seasonings, and to be fair, it does actually taste very delicious. Plus, it's easy to make. And at some point, I'll show you my Chinese cupboard, where I keep all my Chinese things. Not just Chinese, it's Japanese, Thai, Malaysian, all sorts really. So yeah, got loads of vegetables in it. As you can see, it's got baby sweet corn, chili, peppers, onion, courgette or zucchini, coriander, onion, all sorts really. So yeah, well, it's really nice.